That night in the shed, Oliver had a lot of guilt today. That day, he went to sleep. Suddenly, he heard a strange winding sound. Oliver kept his eyes shut, as he didn't want to see what was going to be in front of him. He woke his eyes in shock of what he was seeing. There in front of him was a mysterious, ghost-looking woman figure with white hair and sort of abnormal blue skin, and with a sickening grin on her face. "Ah!" he screamed. "Oh, who are you?"
I'm the Weather Witch. I've been watching you knocking other engines, saying they don't shiver. You think engines don't feel the cold because they're made out of metal.
Well, of course they don't. You stupid old hag. We're made out of metal.
Well, you know what happens to misbehaving children, people and engines? When I meet them, I end up taking them to the Ice Age years and putting them into a freezing water. Then they turn to ice and then they melt away. And so you're next, because I'm going to show you what it's like to be cold.
No, please! Cried Oliver. No, please! I don't want to be turned to ice. I don't want to go away. No, 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 no! Ah! Oh, good gracious, Oliver. It looked like you saw something out of a horror film.
It was nothing, guys. Have you guys heard of something called a Weather Witch?
Ach, we have, said Donald. Me and Dougie used to have problems with that skink all the time. She tried to turn us into ice during our younger days, but we outsmarted her. But we haven't seen her in a while. You need to go to... Says that she's been around for a long time. You'll need to find help from an older engine. Perhaps one of the Scarlolians could help.
Good idea. So Oliver set to the Scarlowy Railway. He arrived at the Scarlowy Railway sheds and saw Scarlowy, Rheneas, Duke and Bertram and Rusty resting in the sheds. "Hello," said Rusty. "What's the matter, Oliver? It looks like you saw something out of a horror film."
Yes, that's what Duck said. Oh, you can tell us what's the problem,
said Rheneas.
Have any of you guys heard of the Weather Witch?
Soon all the Scarlowy engines' faces turned into shock. Duke spoke up.
"Oh, me and Bertram knew about her. She used to cause a lot of trouble on the Minnesota Railway for us in our younger days. But I think Bertram should be the one to tell the story."
All right, brother, said Bertram. Okay. Hey, back in our younger days, on the Minnesota Railway, there was only me, my brother Duke, Mighty Back, Freddy, and Freddy. We used to have this really obnoxious bandit who used to mock us, saying that engines don't shiver, and he used to mock elderlies, thinking that the cold hurts them. Unfortunately, everyone warned him that he will get his comings, but he took no notice. One night he was resting at home, and he got an unexpected visitor from the Weather Witch. He thought it as some kind of sick joke. The Weather Witch took him. He was never seen after that.
What happened to him?
Well, surprised to say, he got towed out of a pond and was nothing more but ice. You think that was up harsh? The Weather Witch had put the sun right on top of him and melted him away. That was the last time we saw of him.
Good grief! I can't let that happen to me! Is there any way of stopping her?
Well, face to say, Oliver, there isn't. You have to accept that's what could happen. There's no way of defeating her.
I will find ways to defeat her. Just you wait.
Oliver set off to do his work. Unfortunately, the Weather Witch knew about this and decided to take actions to her own hands. That evening, Henry had to take a late-night freight train to the other railway. His freight train was already hooked up and ready to go. The Weather Witch knew that it could sense that Oliver was going to be a back engine for Henry's freight train up Gordon's Hill, so she shapeshifted herself into a light grey NW brake van. She was then shunted to the back of Henry's freight train. Henry then buffered up to the front. Peep, peep, driver, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. At last, the guard blew his whistle and they set off. Come along, replied Henry. Truck trick, went the trucks as they went along. Clickety-clack, clickety-crack. All right. That's better, cried Henry, and he puffed along. The sun was soon setting down as it was nearly getting dark. At last, he stopped at the station. Oliver was there waiting for him. Peep, peep! Hello, Oliver. Could you please be my backing engine? I need to help get this heavy train up Gordon's Hill. I'm heading to the mainlands tonight. Peep, peep! Don't worry, Henry. I won't be long. Oliver soon buffered up to the back of the train. He did not realize the Weather Witch was smirking at him with a sickening grin. Oliver took no notice. Ready? Said Henry. And off they went. They arrived at the top of Gordon's Hill. But sooner or later, Henry began to struggle a bit. I can't do it. This freight train is really heavy. Don't worry, Henry, we'll see.
Don't worry, Henry. I'll get you up this hill.
Oliver pulled and muffed with all his might as sparks flew from his funnel.
Oh, groaned the Weather Witch. I wish I'd ever thought of this.
She was getting squeezed between the trucks and Oliver. The engines took notice. I can't do it any longer, Oliver. I need to rest. Unfortunately, Oliver couldn't hear him under the puffing of his engine. The guard was anxious. Go steady! He yelled to Oliver. The van's breaking! The guard jumped in as the van smashed to smithereens. Oliver looked in horror to see that it was the Weather Witch had disguised herself as a brake van. Yikes! I killed the Weather Witch! And indeed he did. At last, Thomas arrived at the breakdown train to clear away the wreckage. Well, Oliver, looks like you found ways to finally defeating the Weather Witch. How do you feel about that? Oliver didn't say anything. He was too startled of what he just done. Even at the sheds, he remained perfectly silent. He was still guilty that he killed something that had been on the earth longer than he had. At last, Duck spoke up. Don't worry, Oliver. At least you have defeated her once and for good. Now you can finally be a wiser and better engine. Now, and you won't turn it on ice or melt away. I hope so. I really hope so. You're right, guys.
Ach, don't worry. Even if she does return, we'll be waiting for her,
said Douglas. Unfortunately, but I think that's the last time we'll see of her, said Duck. I hope so. Unfortunately, their misprotections would not be so much. Unfortunately, you can't defeat a floating spirit.